Yeah. All right, here we go. G'day, folks. Welcome to Monday Night Live 75. We've reached the three-quarter century, so very, very good there. I'm pretty excited actually to get that far along, sort of thing. Normally these things, my little ideas don't tend to last too long, sort of thing. So it's fantastic to have 75 under the table. We're on our downhill run to 100. So everyone's here. Cleggy, Mark, Dan, Craig. I can see Warren and Donnie Pascoe's here. Mick Nielsen's here. We've had a great time with Mick. I've got some photos from Mick to show you. Jem Q Allen. So great night tonight. So tonight we've got a lot of prizes, which I'm going to get to right after. We've got a special guest joining us in a minute. But we've got a lot of prizes, so I'm going to go through those prizes. But I'm really going to do a lot of questions I always get asked tonight. And one of the questions that I always get asked, and I don't have all the answers, is from a bloke that I'm about to bring in now, the world-famous Aussie detectorist, Cleggy. So welcome aboard, Cleggy. We're trying this new thing where Cleggy's up here. No, up here.
Working?
No, up here.
Is this working? I'm on.
You're on. You're on live
go,
You're on live from the thriving metropolis of Yeppoon, I believe.
Nice. Yes, I am. I was just trolling through the comments actually.
So good.
A few peeps.
That's good, mate. So tell me what's going. Some big news last week.
Yeah.
Monster news with the World Metal Detecting Championship. What's doing there?
We got Aquachigga. Just cut straight to the chase.
That's amazing, isn't it?
I can't believe it, Ben, to be honest. The level of support that's come from the corporate side of metal detecting, so the sellers, you don't normally see this, you know. And it's just like I'm blown away by it. I can't believe it. And I'm really thrilled, to be honest with you. It's exciting times in the metal detector scene in Australia, I hope.
Well, it's incredible, really, to get an international star to come down.
Yeah, mate, to get recognised like that was a big thing. And to be honest, when we spoke about this a while ago, this event, and it was all a big kind of pipe dream 2 months ago.
Yeah,
and
I don't know how you've thrown it together in such a short amount of time. So, it's you, is it?
To be honest, neither do I. What it tells me, I was having this conversation with someone on the phone today. What it tells me is that number one, the manufacturers want to see something big. I think they're sick of, and please don't no one take offence to this. I think they're sick of seeing all this little tiny small scale promotion, because for them it's hard to be at 30 or 40 events a year. It's just impossible. So what we tried to do was give the manufacturers just one big opportunity to come and have a big slap and show us what you got. And one big opportunity for everyone out there to come along and see what they've got. And throw a 10-ounce gold bar into the mix, another 30 grand's worth of gear on top, couple of live bands and a BYO alcohol policy, and a party in the paddock we have.
And what could possibly go wrong?
Mate, I can't foresee anything going wrong. Not even one thing. God.
No.
We only hope, you know. No, it should all be fine. It seems to be organised. The guy behind the infrastructure, as far as making sure we got toilets and showers and ticketing booths and all that sort of thing, has been just sensational. He's taken a lot of the pressure off. All I've had to do is put together a brilliant metal detecting event, and the building is pretty much done. So we've got the sponsors, we've got the international guests, we've got the Aussie guests, we've got your panel show,
Yeah. I'm looking
Friday
forward to
night.
that actually.
Should be an
So-
interesting that. So we'll have Chigga,
Yeah.
Donny,
Yep.
you're
And two more opposite blokes you probably couldn't come across.
going to get
Aqua Chigga and Donny.
Donny. To be honest, I don't think you'll need anyone else. I just think that will be, and that's no offence to neither Donny nor Bo, but I just think that they would be quite hilarious together. Very different metal detecting backgrounds too. So
Yeah.
I can just picture Donny throwing a big 500 kilo magnet into the river. Of it, anyhow. But so mate, it's going to be.
So
a great event.
who else do you reckon we got on that panel show? Have you got the other?
Well, I'm trying to convince. We're trying to get a sluicer, a wet work guy in.
Yep.
So hopefully we'll get the local guy in from Brizzy there, Dustin McMurray.
Yep.
He knows we're plugging away. Geez, he's playing hard to get. I thought Donny had a rider. Donny's rider was that long. Dustin's is longer than my arm, but we'll get him there. And to be honest, I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah. I'm not.
Ben's not. You'll be in the crowd. We better actually organise some people for the panel show. Having had this conversation now.
Yeah. Well, you'll have Warren.
Yeah, mate.
Mr.
We're going to
NQX Stories.
Yes. We'll have Warren and Colleen as well. So probably 4, 5, or 6 people up on stage for you to grill.
Yep. No, I reckon that's going to be a great fun show, and we're trying to. We'll work out. We'll get some decent questions going. Going, and it'll be fantastic sort of.
Well, it'd be good to have the live audience there too, and get some live reaction. As you know, with this live stuff, Ben, you don't get instant feedback.
Yeah.
We're both sitting in empty rooms 700 kilometres away from each other. Yeah. And everyone else is at home doing the same. So it'll be nice to be in the same paddock.
Absolutely. James has got a good idea here over on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because we're on Facebook and YouTube tonight. So, and he said it'd be interesting to have a geo on the panel.
Well,
a geologist.
Well, I happen to know a geo.
Do you?
Actually know 2.
Yeah. Well, you probably actually know 3. I actually think you know 3.
Do I know?
Isn't there one down in Victoria that you'd know as well?
Oh well, yeah. Oh no, I can't lay claim to knowing him.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I've shaken it. I've shook his hand, but I wouldn't say. You'd say, "Oh, do you know Clegg?" He'd say, "Who the hell's that?"
Yeah.
But no, look, Don and Paul. Last time I spoke to them, we had them ringed in. We had them locked in. And they were pretty keen. Actually, that might be a good excuse to duck 15 minutes that way and have a quiet beer with young Don.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we can lock that in. So
yeah.
But no, they're definitely coming as far as I know. So a GO will be good. Yeah.
One of the two. So the Don likes a chat, so maybe Paul might be the better option.
Yeah.
We don't want the panel show to be 6 hours.
Don has got such immense geo knowledge that when he talks, my brain's about 15 to 20 seconds behind what he's saying. You're trying to catch up.
That's quick. I'm miles behind myself.
Yeah, he is. What he doesn't know, you don't need to know, I don't think,
Yeah. That's sweet, mate. So what are the dates again?
So dates are September 27th to September 30. So you can rock up about lunchtime, say about 12 o'clock on the Friday, which is the 27th. We'll set up your campsite, that sort of thing. Maybe have a little bit of a scout. It'll be no detectors out at that stage. So just a bit of you can have a walk around the site, see what's happening, what's going to happen, catch up with some people you haven't seen. Then we'll launch maybe 5 or 6 o'clock Friday night. Launch the panel show after a brief intro and a thank you and all that sort of jazz.
Yeah.
I think we'll jump straight into the panel show then.
Yeah.
And after that, we'll roll out the first of the 2, the Friday night entertainment.
Yeah. And so 27 to 30 September.
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
At Gympie. and you'll
Yep.
get the exact details when you go to the ticketing site. I haven't publicly said where it's at yet,
Yep.
but everyone knows. So
Yep.
if you want to find out, Metal Detecting World Championship, no S on the end, championship.com,
Yep.
and you can go to the ticketing link there. There's a bit of an updated program that mentions Aquachiga and some of the other events and the timing. And the swap meets are going. We've got a good response for people wanting the swap meet on the Sunday.
Oh, really? Okay.
So we'll have the metal detecting, prospecting, swap meet / show off what you found area. So
Well,
bring your stuff and you can show it off.
That actually sounds like that sounds good. You might if people with swap meets, there might be a bargain or two there.
Yeah, well, we figured too, like some people have finds and you might want to trade a find with someone, or you might want to, they might have a bit of gear you want, or you might have a bit of gear you don't want. You might want to put a $20 tag on it and get rid of it. So
yeah. And if anyone's bringing some old detectors, old vintage detectors, I'm always keen for an old detector.
There you go. Because there's all that stuff out there. All that stuff makes good man cave and lady cave. Well, that sounded weirder than it should have, but
let's just move on from that one.
I'm trying to. You brought it back up again. And that just makes good wall hangers. They're good. They look good on the walls, those old machines. I've got a few in the shed.
Yeah, I got a couple in the shop here. Some an old Garrett's, an old White's. There's a couple of Mine Lab ones sort of thing. So
yeah. Well, the fellow that won the Victorian Detector Championship about 3 years ago ran an old Garrett. Is it a Coin Master?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Something like that. He cleaned everyone up, mate. He was 40 coins ahead of the nearest competition.
Yeah. Oh, no, for that sort of work, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was great. So the swap meet's there, 27th to the 30th. Grab your tickets. 10-ounce gold bar up for grabs. Got somewhere around about a dozen metal detectors to give away. All the juniors get a prize. Going to be a great big weekend of celebrating our hobby and bringing our community together.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Cleghorn, it's your birthday tomorrow, isn't it?
Nah.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
No, that's me fake profile's birthday's tomorrow.
Is it? I'm gonna put you on the spot here. How old are you?
I don't know. I'm 46. 46. Yeah, 73 model. 73 model.
It's actually, to be completely honest with you, 73 is the actual. It's a gun year. 73. People born in 73.
Top shelf stuff, mate.
Yeah.
Come out in 73. So 46, going blind, deaf, and but gave up the smokes. So starting to make those big 46-year-old life, mid 40s.
See,
looking at convertible cars, that sort of thing.
so I'm 46 in December. So we're 6 months apart. So.
Well, maybe we should go halves in a convertible car.
No, I've had my midlife crisis and bought an old beat up Land Cruiser.
Bought a cruiser in a gold mine. No, that's fair enough, mate.
Yeah. See, Dean's a 73 model too on Facebook. So good on you, mate.
Nice. Yeah, we'll have to have a few beers with the 73s. And,
exactly.
Lift a beer for the 73s tomorrow. I will. Not much is going to be achieved tomorrow. So if you don't have to ring me, please don't, because the phone may not get answered.
Yeah, I'll let Nat know that XP Australia's closed tomorrow. So
literally,
try and get any sense out of you.
It'll be open 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then abruptly shut.
Right, Cleggy, thanks very much for joining us.
Hey, no dramas. Thanks for having me on, man. Really appreciate it.
No worries. Have a good day tomorrow, and see you later, eh?
No worries. I'll hang around the chat and bug you. See you guys.
Yeah, cool.
Cheers.
Righto. We've had Cleggy on. We've tried a bit of new technology. We're happy days, guys. So tonight we're going to do a stack of questions, and I've been thinking When I normally have these thoughts, I get myself into trouble. But I've been thinking a lot about Andrew from Rat Detecting, and which led me to think about a huge stack of Facebook channels, Facebook pages that, let me get that thing out of my ear now, that do amazing work for next to nothing, no reward, just for the love of the sport. So tonight's prizes, and Andrew, I refuse to let Andrew donate these prizes. I bought them off him. So tonight's prizes are Rat gold mugs, gold nice coffee mugs. I got an extra one for myself. That's why people are saying, are you drinking out of 2 mugs? I'm actually drinking out of 3 mugs today. Rat, Pasco lads. We've got stubby cooler. We've got a nice hat. We've got a very, very cool fines bag here with Rat Detecting military style fines bag. What else have we got? Oh, some stickers. We'll throw in a couple of rat stickers. Cool, pretty cool stickers sort of thing. That one's pretty hard to see. So, so tonight's show, through the show, I'm just going to hats off to a few of these Facebook channels. It's not all inclusive. People will be annoyed that I haven't included everyone or your channel. So please forgive me. But we're going to start off with Rat. And Rat, where is Rat's? This is what you're looking for on Facebook. It's only a small group. It's growing. He's got some really cool merchandise. So get over there, guys. Okay, so we're going to jump straight into a question from Mark Larder. So tonight's episode is questions I get asked all the time. And I get asked questions all the time, and they tend to be the same thing. So we'll just jump across here, actually, and I have the best I could do with the camera that I was dealing with. But Mark asks a question. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this right here so that they're in focus. Mark asks a question about alluvial nuggets. He was right at the beginning of the comments, and I can't seem to track it down now, but I wrote it down. So he asks, talking about alluvial and eluvial gold, how do you tell where it comes from? How do you track the source? So up on the screen at the moment, I have 4 nuggets, and you can sort of just see it. But I have 4 nuggets these are from the lease out there. So what we actually have here is, I believe we're either looking at 2 or 3 different sources here. So this gold here is considered pretty spiky. Okay, so it hasn't travelled far from the source. Okay, now these 2 pieces were taken out of the bottom gully at the lease. If you haven't been out to the lease, get out there. So these 2 were taken from the bottom gully. Now, they're spiky. They haven't travelled far. Now, these 2 were taken from the top gully of the lease. So, for my thinking, certainly this piece has travelled a long way. It has travelled a substantial distance to get that smooth and round. And this piece here hasn't travelled as far. And that's probably a poor example of how coarse some of this stuff is. Here's another one there that's from the same, that piece there came out of the ground with around the same place as that one. So my theory is, I actually think we've got 3 sources of gold, although I'm yet to prove it. Because these ones here are a different colour, right? They're slightly more shiny. They don't have as much contaminant in it as what these do here. So for me, and that's unproven yet, But for me, these two have come from one source. These two have come from another source. And this one's come from a separate source altogether. So that's how I look at gold. And that's how I look at gold and think that's come from different sources. So I hope that answers your question, Mark. It's very hard to tell on this camera because it's it's hard to get a good photo of gold, but I hope that gives you some idea. So yeah, right. So before we move on to our next little YouTube channel or Facebook page, Rat is he's had 2 fantastic events, and hats off to him, right? He's just had the Australia-wide treasure hunt, and it has been a phenomenal success. There were some prizes, people won detectors and all sorts of stuff in that. Then he's now doing a ring pull challenge for people, and all the proceeds from that he's getting you to donate it to a charity. So get over onto his channel and his page and have a look at it. So then let's have a look at one more here. One more of my little Facebook pages. And that's Blue Dog Prospecting. So Blake from Blue Dog Prospecting does some fantastic stuff. Absolute cracking page. I'm on it a lot. So Blake from Blue Dog, he does a lot of stuff in central New South Wales. Absolutely phenomenal page. I really enjoy his page. Does a lot of sluicing. Does a lot with the kids. I enjoy the videos he puts out. A lot of these guys have got YouTube channels as well, so it's worthwhile having a look at those. Okay, so have we got any other questions? So James is asking on Facebook about Rat. It's Relic and Treasure Detecting, I believe, is the page name. So yeah, have a look at that. So Kyle asked, was it me that found the 2K nugget? No, it was not. There's been a couple of big nuggets found this year. So a couple of kilos is fantastic. So yeah. Now people are also, when we're talking about gold, in a lot of places in Australia, particularly Warwick, glaciers, I noticed it there before, glaciers have affected the gold. So for this piece here that's so smooth and round, I've just put that cup on the road again, that piece there that's been so smooth and round, maybe that has been affected by glacier, and that's what we're seeing. So it may have gone through a different process to get that smooth and round. Now, I would just think that's an anomaly, but we actually found two or three nuggets that shape that look like they've been that shape and look like they've been pushed around for that. So right, so okay, there's weather, rainfall, amount of impact on alluvial gold. Of course, it does matter. The more rainfall, the more it moves about. But with gold, okay, we're not talking the minimal rainfall over the last 100 years, unless we're talking alluvial gold. We're talking thousands and thousands of years. So it really, it's a 1,000-year thing, not not a 10-minute thing. Right, so the ring pull challenge has finished, but I just wanted to highlight that it's just a fantastic thing. Yes. So, Hobo's here. G'day, Hobo. I've got the furnaces. I've been so flat out that I haven't had a chance to look at them, actually. But they're sitting up on the shelf over there. I can see them. Did you send me... Is there stickers or cards or something there as well? I've got to have a look at it. So, yeah. So, yeah, exactly. Okay, so... we'll just do one more of these Facebook pages before we move on. This is another one I love looking at as well. And this is Central and Northern Queensland Gold Prospecting. Or Queensland Northern Prospecting. Beck Smith runs this one. Great page, great information, well-controlled group. Again, a small group, but a wealth of information. So, yeah. So, absolutely another Facebook page there you should have a look at and get on. So, someone was just asking what should we be looking at in terms of gold reading. Reese is asking that one. We're going to get into a little bit of that, but that's a whole subject on its own, mate. So we'll take that another night. And we've done a few of those nights. So, right. Okay. So the most asked question I get is, what machine should I buy? I continually get this question every day of the week. What should I buy? Now, there's a number of components to this. I absolutely hate the only buy one brand thing, because in certain circumstances, one brand doesn't cover every single situation. So, for instance, XP machines. They make really, really crap scuba diving machines. They are horrible for that because they're not waterproof. So therefore, you get no depth out of them at all. So to say that all XP machines, the greatest machine on the planet, is just, it's not. It's really, really crap for diving. So to say that Minelabs are the perfect gold machine. Well, they make very good gold machines. And for general purpose, that 7,000 is very, very hard to beat. But if you're running next to an excavator or right on top of a power line, or, you could probably go to an ATX and get better performance out of it. So they're the sort of things in circumstances that some machines are better than the others. So the question is about buying the best performing machine for the environment you're going to stick it in. That is my biggest piece of advice to people. So, yeah. Right, okay. So, lots of Jamie's here, and Donnie and Rodney. Rodney's here. Dylan's here. Dylan's having trouble with his internet. I hope it's not me. Seems like it's just you, mate. Yeah, exactly. So the guys over on YouTube are just having a conversation about what's going on with that gold, and it's because of that 80% purity or 90% purity. I haven't had any of that tested, sort of thing. It's different. That extra 20% or 10% will have copper and silver and all sorts of stuff in it. So it's that mix of that material that changes the colour of the gold. So, yeah. So, absolutely. So, right. So, what do we'll go along. This is a page. This is a big page. Okay. And I don't know Daryl. I've never met Daryl, but Daryl from Detecting Down Under. This page here. Okay. Now, Daryl, it's got 17,000 people, a lot of posts, a lot of stuff happening there. I've been a member of that group for 12 months or more, and I like a lot of the posts. It's really, really quite good. So, and Daryl, who runs the group, and his admins are very, very good. And they actually stick a lot of their own money in to make it an amazing group. And they don't do it for anything. They just do it for the love of the hobby. Like, I find, a lot of that stuff just incredible, the dedication and effort that these people go to just to put content on Facebook and look after a group and just do it for the love of the hobby. So, again, there's another fantastic group that you should have a look at. So, So make sure that's another one there to join. So, fantastic little group. Okay, so we'll do one more. And this group has just changed hands. So, but I know the previous guy who had it, and I know the new guy that's had it. And I just think that this group is going to get stronger and stronger. And this is Gold. What is it? Gold Prospecting Victoria. Ray Hall used to run it. Now it's Baz Paddo. Baz has been a long time listener to this show. Fantastic bloke. Does a lot of his own four-wheel drive stuff. He's running that page now. So if you're in Victoria or just love or just love looking at gold finds and what have you, get onto this. Absolutely fantastic. And Baz is a top bloke, and he'll look after you there. It's a very well run page. So they do a lot of they have been doing a lot of training, but good on you, Baz. I'm glad you've got a little group there. They don't have a logo on their page, but they do. It's over that way. It's over just off the page there. I haven't quite cut the picture out quite right. So that's me. So, but that's Gold Prospecting Victoria with the big bad Baz running it. So, right. What are we up to now? I think Ray is still doing tours. He's just backed away from the. Mike is asking a question. Is it possible to find more than one quartz reef in close proximity? Absolutely. Absolutely. And quite often that happens. You will get different stringers running different direction. So, right. So let's have a little bit of a update. I'm getting lots and lots of questions. Apparently, the last couple of weeks about one little mining lease. So, to be completely honest with you, I mucked up the website. So, what was happening is, everything was up perfect, but as soon as you sold one thing, one group booking, one booking out there, it said sold out. So I apologise. I apologise for people who were trying to book, couldn't book, and didn't ring the shop. Nat had to do them by manually and send me text messages because I don't have reception out there. So my apologies for anyone that wanted to do that. But that was completely my fault. I mucked up the website. So my fault completely. And I'd also like to another one of my muck-ups. I'd like to apologise for last Monday Night Live. We have virtually no we got no reception out there, And I thought with 2 bars of 3G, I would sneak away with it when I went right up the top of the hill. So I was sitting up above, right up high above the lease on a road, and no such luck. It was very, very horrible. In great news, another one of my muck-ups. So my apologies for that, folks. If you're tuning in to see a great show and all you get me is me frozen in a stupid position. So, however, Thursday, internet goes in out there. So I'm out there on Thursday just to make sure this install goes all right. So we've got the internet going on out there. That will be absolutely phenomenal, because it means on a cold night I won't have to leave the campfire. I can sit by the campfire, do a Monday Night Live, happy days. So, and of course then you'll have conductivity. I'll be able to contact people on Messenger, on email, all that sort of stuff. So, so that's going to be a giant leap forward for the lease. It is not necessarily for everyone, because it's, as you can imagine, satellite's not the cheapest thing, and yeah. So, but we'll do some shows out there, and that'll be a lot of fun. So, yeah. So I got some. I had 2 larrikins out there on Greg and Steve. I had out there on the weekend, and I got some crucial pieces of advice. Well, I had one piece of advice actually. Actually, they were very insistent. They told me I needed a makeup lady, a makeup person to do my makeup before I come on the show, because apparently I look 20 years older on this TV or this phone than what I do in real life. So it was very good of them to say that, but now I'm worried about how I look, you know, on your screen. So they got stuck into me. So that I needed makeup. So yeah. So thanks, boys. It was a real pleasure to, you know, get carved up by you 2 pelicans. So yeah, but a lot of fun. A lot of fun there. So it was good. So okay. So lease. So we had Tim spent 4 days out there with us. Tim. Now Tim was a brand new user to a 5,000. We set him up with settings. I got a machine out, and sort of the first couple of nuggets. The first nugget I got, we sounded it on the machine. He came over and we tuned his machine, got it up and going, and then basically he was away then. So he had 3 days out there for 1.88. So really, really good result. He was stoked. He'd never found a piece of gold before. So, yeah, absolutely fantastic. So then we've got, what have we got next? Oh, we had someone just out for the day and got a nice 0.9er. This was Mick. Mick came out for a few days and gave me a hand, actually. And we were testing a few patches to open up for the weekend, and he got some nice nuggets here. He likes to take these artistic. Here's Mick here with a nugget in his mouth. I think that's actually one of these nuggets here, sort of thing. So, but Mick, he's a great bloke. We had a great time sitting around the campfire. That's actually, I think that nugget he's got in his mouth is this fella here, the bigger one of those. So, but I'll rattle through these photos, because this is what we're getting out there. 4 pieces for 1.5, 2 pieces for, what's that, 0.44. The biggest one for the weekend, 2 days, 2.49. So, you know, dedicated user, detected a bit more than the other boys. So, yeah, hang on a tick. Brett's here. I need a bit of lipstick. Oh my God, it's going crazy. So, yeah. So yeah, sort of everyone went away with a little bit of gold. We had an absolute ball. I learnt some things off the boys. I hope they learn a few bits and pieces off me. Yeah, so absolutely fantastic week out there. So yeah, that's how the lease went. We're going to put up the dates in the next little while for the next one. So if you do want to come along, we're looking at, just to give you a bit of an idea, we're actually looking at, it's probably going to be late this month now, I would suspect. So, yeah. So now, tonight's prizes spread across YouTube and Facebook, and if you're on either one of them, subscribe to each other and all that sort of stuff. So we've got stubby coolers, we've got mugs, we've got stickers, little rat stickers, relic and treasure hunting stickers. We've got a cool finds bag, we got hats, we got all sorts of bits and stuff. Couple of my mugs. A couple of these Gold Diggers mugs we're going to give away. So it's all happening there. So, right, okay. So what are we going to do next? So just before we move off to the lease, these are some photos that Mick took. Mick is quite an artistic bugger. But there you go. There's the sun setting on the coil with the nuggets. That was the sunrise. So this is the sort of stuff you'll see out there. Good old Eureka flags there. That was mixed stuff for a few days. You can see a couple of those pieces, this piece here and this piece here, are really scrubbed in comparison to these other. Like that bit there in particular hasn't moved far at all. It's a real U shape. So, but these other pieces look like they've almost from a different source being scrubbed that clean. So, yeah. Now, all you need to, and then I think I've got, then there's this fella here. I think Mick actually threw that one down on the ground there. That wasn't how it was found. That was found in a bit of clay. So, but yeah, so that's what we're talking about out there. So, okay. So when we talked a little bit about the detectors, what to buy. Okay, so the other thing I just wanted to point out, and we're going to run over time. I hope you haven't got anything on afterwards. We are going to run out of time here. So question there, Luke. VLFs will find gold out there. Obviously, it's heavily mineralised ground. So, VLFs will find gold out there. They have found gold out there. And, yeah. So, absolutely VLFs there. And if I can help you out with your machine, I'm not an expert at every machine. But if I can help you out with the machine, I absolutely will. I will do anything. What I basically do out there is I will basically, with everyone, I try to touch base and say, right, you know how you use a machine. And then I sort of try and identify a couple of targets for them to dig. I mark them out and then say, can you hear that, what have you. And then basically all I do is I dig a few holes for people. So, so that's what I do. I just run around, dig holes, and see if I can help out. So it's not one of those tours where, and if you want to be left alone, you just need to tell me because I can be an annoying bugger sometimes. But I just run around and see if I can help people out because I've got I'm not going to go off and, like a lot of tours, they find the tour guide sets them up and then the tour guide goes off and detects. I don't think that's right. I think that, if you can get people up to speed or improve their detecting in some way, that's what you should be doing, So, yeah. Righto. Okay. So we were talking about detectors before. I really have this theory that, I have this was explained to me by a technician at one of the big metal detecting companies. Not a technician, and not a researcher. Anyway, someone that was much smarter than me explained this to me. He explained to me that for a metal detector, the beach and the heavily mineralised ground out in the bush are two opposites, okay? And every machine, and we're talking VLF machines here, every machine sits on this scale between beach and the goldfields, okay? So a lot of machines will sit down on the beach area, right? They will still work in the goldfields, but they're by far and away not a perfect machine out in the goldfields. So you look at the difference. So two machines that I think are sort of jumps ahead in little jumps ahead, probably big jumps ahead. But you look at the Equinox. It is a absolutely phenomenal beach machine, right? And it's just amazing. There's nothing better than it on the beach. So you've got that sitting right on that end of the scale sort of thing. Once you get it into the goldfields, you have to work a lot harder with it. You look at the ORX, for instance, it sits right on this gold end of the scale, right? And on the beach, yeah, it works. You can there's a salt mode on it, but you've got to do a bit more work with that on the beach sort of thing. So that's what I mean. Every machine sits on this scale. The Max, the AT Max, for instance, if we look at those mid-range machines, they're sort of three mid-range machines. The Max, I reckon, sits in the middle, right? It's great on the beach and it's great in the goldfields, but it's not excellent at either, right? And you have to become a really experienced user to make it excellent. So it just depends on what sort of detecting that you're doing. If you're spending 20% of your time in the goldfields and 80% on the beach, buy a beach machine. It'll work out in the goldfield sort of thing. So Denise is laughing at me here. I've got 3 mugs tonight, so this is the Gold Diggers mug that we're going to give away. So I'll have a sip of that one. This is the gold wrap. We're going to give away one of these too. I've got one here wrapped in plastic. So we'll have a sip of that one since everyone gives me stick about it. And then we've got the lone range of Pasco Labs prospecting. It's a one and only. I'm not giving this away. I'm actually supposed to return it to Donnie because I don't know whether Donnie's got one. So yeah, there you go. 3 sips for 3 pickups. The guys on Facebook getting stuck into me about that. So who was we talking to there? Stacey had a mate find a 3.5 grammer in the triangle with a Knox. Absolutely. Like, just because that machine sits down the beach end of the scale does not mean it won't find gold in the goldfield. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that it's a harder machine to work in the goldfields than something like an ORX is. So so it's not that at all. That you won't find gold with you can find gold with an Ace 200. I've done it with a 300. Only a very, very small piece and very, very close to the surface, but I have I've done it sort of thing. So it really wasn't a nice experience. Like, it's noisy and chattery and everything's happening, but that's machines for you. So if you want a machine that runs quiet, buy a machine. Don't go gold prospecting. I run those machines loud and noisy, and like, there's stuff going on everywhere with the machines. Drives people insane because I have the speakers cranked up and the booster cranked up and just whack, away we go. So, yeah. Right. Okay. So let's have another look at who have we got? Here's my old mates. My old mate, Warren, NQ Explorers. Fantastic page. Great YouTube channel. I just noticed today he's selling NQ Explorers patches at $10 a go. I might have a crack at one of them myself. But Warren and I and Colleen have spent some time in the bush. Lovely bloke. Love his YouTube channel. Just think it's phenomenal. He's a good mate of mine. I'm absolutely biased. I reckon that's a cracking YouTube channel and a great Facebook page as well. So, yeah, Warren's a good guy. Okay, we'll do one more while we're here. And this is one of the big ones, or the big-ish ones, mid-range ones. And that's Aussie Detectors. Aussie Metal Detecting. Craig's been on the show before. A great page full of stuff. Yeah, it's a phenomenal page. Lots of finds go on there. Yeah, absolutely. So that's another one. We'll do one more while we're here. Someone just asked where the lease is located. The lease is 3 hours west of Brisbane. It's just southwest of Warwick. So just out past Warwick. So right. Metal Detecting Country New South Wales. Mark is always here. And great page. I love following it. It's just a little Facebook page, but everyone gets to know each other, and absolutely stunning Facebook page. So get that stuff. Go over and like these pages. You will learn something. They're lovely blokes. It supports them. It gets them built up. Lots of people saying they love that page. So, yeah. So, Mark is a top guy, and he's always here. I'm sure he hasn't. I'm surprised he hasn't popped his head out. So, Aussie Gold Prospect is here. Nadia's here. Nadia hasn't missed a show. Well done, Nadia. Love your work. Nicholas and Lynn and Melissa and Dean's here and Dale. So, yeah. So, okay. So, another bit of news that there he is. There's Mark. G'day, Mark. Metal Detecting Country New South Wales. He's on YouTube. So, yeah. So, well done, Mark. Bit of a hats off to you tonight, mate. So, yeah. Okay. So, the other thing that I found myself in, another predicament I found myself in. Anyone going to the Lanakuri Gold Bash, I need to apologise again. I do a lot of apologising on this show, but apparently I'm the bloke running the trivia competition. I'm trivia master. So yeah. So happy days with that. So I'm sorry about that. But I'm afraid that I'm your man when it comes to the trivia. So I'm looking forward to doing it. I'm sure I'll cock it up in some way, shape or form. So yeah. So I'm looking. I'm actually looking forward to it. It'll be great fun. Apparently I'm not allowed to accept bribes or yeah. So a couple of questions here on the Facebook. Is the lease open throughout the year or just specific months? It's open. It will be open 12 months of the year, but only on specific weeks, weekends and weeks during the month, because I've got a shop to run and I can't be out there. I can't be out there all the time. So that's the downside of that there. So, but that's okay, sort of thing. So, Luke's watching us from the Pilbara. So, yeah, well done, mate. So, another question there on the Facebook is what machine is going to win the metal detecting world championships? Well, we've been there before. I'd be interested to see what other people's ideas were, but I reckon it's going to be a machine that's very, very simple to use, quite powerful. So I think it's going to be a mid-range machine. I think it's going to be something like AT Pro, Ace 400, Equinox 6 or 8. I think it'll be something like that. ORX maybe, Deus maybe. Yeah, so that's what I think it's going to be. Yeah, it'll be something like that. It won't be a big heavy machine. I don't think it'll be a pulse induction thing. I don't think it'll be a 705's another chance. Yeah, absolutely. So I think it'll be very, very interesting. So, right. So let's do one more of these. Let's do one more of these. I've actually got 3 more left, and we're running out of time at a great rate of knots. So let's just rattle through these. This is another one of my favourite pages. Metal detecting Gold Coast. A lot of beach detecting. A lot of amazing, amazing finds come up on that page. I just love it. Kaz runs a good ship down there. There's a couple of good, there's some good admins there. They have get-togethers. They have all sorts of stuff going on. It's a fantastic page. Let's do these last 2 pages. And one is a great friend of the show, has been on the show. Pasco Lads Prospecting. Donnie Pasco. Hats off to Donnie Pasco. He does all that for nothing. He gets on. He helps people. He gets the... he does all that, you know. Donnie Pasco, hats off to you, mate. I don't know why you do it. But I absolutely love your work. You should be very proud of what you do because it's... because you're absolutely outstanding, mate, for doing it for what you do. So, and I love your mug. So maybe you should start to make some mugs. So, where people are asking, where's the Gold Coast? It's in Queensland. I think that's what's happening on YouTube. But yeah. So Grotty Gold's here. Francis. Yes, Tom's here. Tom's actually asking a very good question about the lease. So the lease out at Warwick, because it's a lease, I can run machinery out there. I've got a complaint about this mug, Donnie. The donkey's pick is... I've got an issue with the pick on the donkey. It's sort of coming unstuck. So that's my only complaint with you, Donnie, is the mug I stole off you, the pick coming off. So, yeah. Sorry. So the lease out at Warwick, the beauty about having a lease and being able to come on a lease is you can run a pump, right? Legally, without any problem at all. So we're going to have high banking weekends out there. We're going to have it'll be the only place, I reckon, in Warwick where you can run a sluice. So I've got a big water pump there, a 3-inch water pump, a big pump, right? And what I can do is from the dam, there's fine gold in the gully above the dam. So I'll run the 3-inch pump from the dam up the hill and let the water run back, and that should give it. That should give people a good opportunity to actually just put a sluice in a creek in Warwick and sluice some dirt, which you can't normally do. So it's just fantastic. So now I've saved my favourite Facebook page to last, and it's my favourite, right? Because it's all about the kids. Okay, so this is it here. Young Guns Metal Detecting, right? Mick and the boys up there. Mick hasn't been himself the last couple of month or two, so the posts have been down a little bit. But I just love seeing kids engaged in metal detecting, and Blue Dog Blake from Blue Dog does a bit with his kids and what have you. But I just love seeing the kids getting involved and running around with these machines. I just think it's so. Hats off to you, Mick. You do it for all the right reasons, mate. And we love your work. So and all the kids, they're very, very good detectorists up there. Some of the conversations I've had with Mick about how good some of those kids are, absolutely. So hats off to you, Mick. Top job, son. Hope you're feeling better, mate. So but get over to Young Guns, get on the page. You'll see lots of cool stuff with the kids, and they find some gear. Let me tell you, there's not too many better detectorists than those kids. So Mick's brought them up right. So right, Caleb is asking a question. Can I bring my 12-ton excavator to the lease? No, you can't, Caleb. The only 12-ton excavator that's allowed on the lease is my 12-ton excavator. So I hate to do that. Yes, you can run high bankers in Victoria, but you can't in Queensland. Absolutely. So Thomas asks, how far is the run for the top of the hill? I don't know. It would be, I don't know. I haven't measured it. It's a fair way though. It's a fair way. So yeah, exactly. So righto. So Russell asked what I think of a Gold Monster 1000. I think it's a good machine. So right. No, you can't bring a post digger. No, you can't bring your own machinery. Right? Okay. It's a working lease. There's machinery there. We can't use the machinery while people are there, and you can't bring your own machinery. There's a lot of questions going on Facebook here. People want to bring machinery and sluice plants, and no, you can't. So, CQ Detectorist is another one that I should mention that I've forgotten to get a screenshot of. They're always here. There's a lot of Facebook pages that do this on a daily basis, all the time, just for the love of the hobby. And for me, that is absolutely phenomenal. So, absolutely hats off to you. I love it. So, Right, okay. So, we're over time already, but bugger it, we will. So, in Queensland, for Aussie Gold Prospectors, the Lanakuri Gold Bash has got a Facebook page. It's on shortly in the next 6 or 8 weeks, so get on that if you're in Victoria, or if you're travelling down from Queensland. I think we're doing a bit of that stuff as well. So, people are asking, how about a small scale trommel set up on a 12 volt? Oh, you'd have to send me a photo of that. I don't know what your small scale is, but if it's a 12 volt, it's probably all right. So, who said that? That's, who said that? Vernon asked that question, so probably all right. Greg was out there on the weekend. Greg Brewer. Greg is allowed back on the lease. I've had Greg was the one who told me I needed makeup on the show. So thanks very much, Greg. I really enjoyed Greg and Steve's company. Yeah, good blokes, but he's often he was banned from the lease after he said I look bloody 20 years old. I think it was Greg that said that. So people always ask me about dogs on the lease, and I am very, very cautious about dogs on the lease. I really don't want them there, not because I don't like dogs, but they bait that forest really, really heavily because there is a dog problem out there. Okay, it is a horrible, horrible way for a dog to die. So I don't want dogs out there. It's not too bad, but they don't bait on the lease. But the lease is only 33 acres, so it would take nothing for a goanna or another animal to drag a bit of meat in that's been baited, and it's a terrible. I've seen a dog die like that. It's the most horrific thing you will ever see. So I don't want to witness that. I don't want to go through that. So I don't want the dogs out there, sort of thing. So so there is baits everywhere. So every 4 weeks they're putting new baits out. So that's Right. Okay. So Warwick. Okay. Really, really heavily hit fossicking area, and I remember going out there to this particular spot 25 years ago, and everyone tells me these fossicking areas are just completely wiped clean. There's nothing left. Well, an old bloke that's been coming into the shop here, Gerhard, has been out there, and he's a patient bugger. He goes out there every week, and he's probably been going out there every week for years. Well, I know he's been going out there every week for 5 years, 6 years anyway. So this, I've got to give away those prizes as well. This is what he's found just in the last sort of little while. Okay, let me just, I better let you have a look at it too. Cricket buckles, navy buckles, coins, brooches. Just how on earth, in a heavily worked out fossicking area, how on earth can people miss this stuff, right? And this is in a short time frame, right? Like, you have a look at the quality of some of this gear. Like, look at this buckle, right? You don't miss that. Just absolutely phenomenal finds coming out of what people say is an absolutely flogged fossicking area. Absolutely not. Such some beautiful finds. Now, this is my favourite one here, and I'm going to be in the road. So for this episode, I'm going to get out of the road. Have a look at this buckle. I love this buckle. It's a navy buckle, and it's complete. So it's got the adjuster on one side, and then when you clip the retaining pin into it, right, it completes the buckle and gives it exactly symmetrical. So just a what a cracking find. I just absolutely, that's just an amazing find. I love that navy buckle. And it looks even better now he's cleaned it up. That's just come out of the ground like that. So to find a complete buckle with the retainer, the adjuster, everything, that's just a really, really good find. So hats off to you guys. That's what we're all about. And that's what happens. Right, so we covered a third of the stuff I wanted to cover. Next week's show is we're actually going to have a crack at, who are we going to have a crack at? We're going to have a bit of a chat. We won't go terribly in depth, and I might try and get to some more of these questions. Where's my schedule here? I've got to have a look at the Monday Night Live schedule because I have a plan, and there's a bloke we need to talk about that we should have talked about last week, and that's Mr. Frank Gardner. So Frank Gardner, the Bush Ranger night tomorrow night. Not tomorrow night. I'll be shot by my missus if I do it tomorrow night, but we'll do it next week. So yeah. So Frank Gardner next week. We're gonna have a chat about that. Now we got to somehow or other give away some prizes. So I haven't even thought about that. So yeah. Right. So everyone's here. I'm just checking these things. Yeah. Yeah, so there's lots of people commenting here. Well done, guys. So, coffee mug. Coffee mug goes to, we'll start off with, no, we do not do, g'day Logan, how are you? We do not do pick a number. Which lunatic said that? Lynn, no. So on Facebook goes to, we'll do the random thing. Actually, what we'll do is we'll just get it going there. So sorry, I've got this randomizer that I hadn't set up, so I'm just setting that up now. Sorry guys, I should have had this set up beforehand. Okay, so comment wise, no numbers. Stop the numbers thing. That's Buddy Cleggy's fault. He's just shocking. So yeah. So okay. So here we go. Okay. So Gold Rat coffee mug, right? Looks remarkably like this out of the plastic. So not a gold rat, a rat. Relic and Treasure Hunters Australia, right? And there's a big warning. So the winner of this mug gets this mug and this sign that says, mugs are not dishwasher safe. So you get that. So there's a warning label on it. So they're not dishwasher safe, but they're nice and gold and shiny. So I suspect that's why. So Facebook-wise, Anthony Haben, congratulations, mate. I will contact you straight after the show for the mug. Right. So who? Yes. So that's the mug. This is the next cracking find. This one's going to YouTube. It's a fines bag. It's a bit the same colour as my green scheme, so it looks a bit hollow. Straps on the back, some molly on it, pockets on the side. I think this pulls out. No, it doesn't pull out. No, the draw cord is just on the top here. I was looking for the draw cord to close it off there. Great looking pouch. You can zip it up there. Boom, boom, boom. That opens and closes. It's on a elastic. So, right. So, this goes to. I've got to get this going here as well. Let me. Oh my God. Okay. So this prize is going to Mr. Stroke It. Mr. Stroke It on YouTube. Congratulations. You've won this fines bag, but you need to contact me because I can't contact you on YouTube. So contact me, Mr. Stroke It. Yes, I've got a fines bag for you. So that's the YouTube one. Righto, back to Facebook. I think it's safer on Facebook. Oh, geez, I like this randomizer sometimes. Okay, so Facebook. Something's going to fall off here. Facebook. We got the Relic and Treasure Hunters hat here. Quality hat. Well, looks quality hat. Nice gold printing on it. So let me get the randomizer going on Facebook here. Rowena Moss. Congratulations, Rowena. I'll contact you shortly. You've got a really good cap coming your way. I'll contact you straight after the show. So, Then we've got we've got one, because I'm keeping one of these stubby coolers. It'll go out to the lease and someone will get to use it out there and hopefully not rob it. So we've got the sticker, and we've got the stubby cooler going out to YouTube. Let's get this. Let's get this going here. Oh, bugger. So, well, actually, the randomizer clicked Cleggy, but Cleggy doesn't get to win anything. He's been on the show. Them's the rules. So we have to run the randomizer again. And let's go here. Right, Scott Coward. Scott Coward, congratulations, mate. You need to contact me after the show. And this will go out to you, mate. So congratulations to our winners tonight. Don't forget the people who won on YouTube. You need to contact me. Facebook guys, I will contact you straight after the show. So it's a cool looking cooler in camo. So, and don't forget this rat gear. You can go over to his Facebook page, right, and get this gear yourself if you want. It's all reasonably priced. Happy days. So, right. So, yes. So sorry about that, Cleggy. You won it, but you didn't win it, mate. Sorry. I'll buy you a beer sometime. Righto, guys. Been a wonderful night. I've had a good time tonight. We tried to cram a lot in. We've run. What time is that? We've run 20 minutes overtime. So thanks for sticking with me. It's good to have you here, and we'll get to. So next week we got Frankie Gardner. We'll do a few more of these questions that I always get asked. I've got a big list of them there, and if I have really mucked up and forgotten any of the Facebook pages, let me know, and I'll mention them next week, sort of thing. But there's some cracking Facebook pages out there, and hats off to all you guys that run Facebook pages. And you do this promote the hobby for nothing. You dedicate time away from your families just to run Facebook. I know it must drive people insane. So well done to all those people. Pasco, Rat, NQ Explorers, Gold Prospecting Victoria, Barry, Daryl, Beck, Blake, Mark, all these guys, Mick and the Young Guns. Well done to you. Guys, it's an absolute credit. So happy birthday, Cleggy. We'll see you next week. We might even get Cleggy on next week to see whether he survived his birthday. We'll see how that goes. So, guys, have a great week. Hope you have lots of great finds. And, we'll see you all then. Thanks, guys. Bye.